Howdy. Hello. And we're back.
I told myself up to keep this on. Yeah, welcome back to the podcast.
Yeah, we're here. COVID free. And back in person. Still 6 feet apart. But we're here. With another rendition of
You haven't seen ...
Brokeback Mountain?
What? It's 17 years old at this point.
Yeah. Howdy, everybody. We actually recorded a little segment before we watched this movie this time around, and I think we might continue to do that. But here's our initial thoughts on the movie before watching it.
All right, so this is my pick of the week, and I really want to know what you're expecting out of this movie.
Oh,
This is
here
my
we
second
go.
week in a row.
And we're doing this because Valentine's Day is around the corner.
God.
So I expect some romance, some cowboy hats, and some it's a gay relationship movie is all I know about it.
What do you expect? Like, how well are you expecting to like it before going into it? Like,
I will say I've only seen Heath Ledger in one movie. Probably the same movie everyone's seen him in. For people who don't know what I'm saying, The Dark Knight. So I'm really excited to see Heath Ledger in something else. And Jake Gyllenhaal, I'm a huge fanboy of. And also, just 5 minutes ago, discovered that Anne Hathaway is also in this movie. So I'm not going to be surprised by that.
just discovered. So when I was telling you about this movie the other week, and I was like, oh yeah, it also has Anne Hathaway and Michelle Williams. You're like, cool. I told you that. I said, these are the 4 people that are in this movie. So anyways, we're going to watch this movie. I've already seen it, so I already have my expectations. I know what it's like.
What's your scale of excitement watching it again? Have you only seen it once?
I've only seen it once. Like, I feel like most of the movies I'm going to put on this list, I've only seen, like, once. Because I feel like that's cool to go back and watch them after you haven't seen them in a while. But my reaction to, like, watching this was, like, honestly, this was, like, one of the first movies I think I ever watched. It was, like, a gay romance movie. So going into it, I was like, this is going to be sad, and I will leave it at that. So now to our reactions after watching the film.
Why did we watch Brokeback Mountain this week?
I think Valentine's Day is coming up. And I was like, if this is a film that you haven't seen, I feel like you should see it. Because there's a lot of references that people make about it. So, yeah.
Yeah. What? You've seen it only once before, right? You said.
I've seen this film once before.
How was it this second time around?
Wait, I want to know your impressions.
My impressions first time around? It was... Wow. It was like... There were so many layers to it. It was like... It was crazy, like, seeing Heath Ledger in a role other than the Joker. Didn't expect it to be so nature-esque. It's very, like... At some points, I was like, damn, it's like the Discovery Channel. Like, it was so... like out there in nature. It was really cool. I don't know what I was expecting, but it was a lot more grand than I expected. What's like some memorable parts to you?
Memorable parts of the film? Are we just going into spoilers? Should we just say that now?
Yeah, for sure.
We're going into spoilers now. Wait, memorable parts? I think because I haven't seen it in a couple years, and watching it now, there's like so much about nature in it. And that's definitely something that you pointed out, and I definitely noticed on the second watch. Also, I don't know if this is a memorable part, but it's memorable parts. The way the, like, editing in some of this is, and their choice of, like, cutting from shot to shot is interesting, because oftentimes they'll have, like, a wide, like, for instance, like, Ennis is sitting on the hill, and it's, like, a wide, and he's, like, just sitting there, whatever, because he found out that, like, they have to leave early. So he's sitting there on the mountain, and it's, like, a wide, and he's just, like, a white dot, and then they cut in, and it's, like, a medium wide, and it's of the exact same shot. It's almost like they just, like, I know it's a different shot, like, they didn't just, like, crop it in post, but, like, it's the same, and they did that several times throughout. Like, I think at the very beginning of the film, you see, like, the whole, like, little worker area where Jake Gyllenhaal drives up, and then it cuts in the exact same angle and everything basically into Heath sitting on the steps. Like, they do that many times throughout the film. So I think that's, like, a very interesting sort of choice. It's very deliberate, but also interesting.
Did it throw you off at all, or were you?
No, it just made me, like, I wonder, like, what is this accomplishing? It just had me thinking, you know?
Yeah, like the whole story of it was way more intense than I expected. It was like the whole like choice of like having Alma, which is Ennis's wife, right? No, like immediately find out about the affair, like when Jack pulls up to the house. I was like, oh my, because going into it, I read the synopsis and I thought it was just gonna be like they have their separate lives, but their like secret life was just with them, and like it was just gonna be focusing on that and like building that while keeping their two other lives like kind of in the dark. But to have like Alma know about it right away like added a whole range of like a whole new like dynamic to the whole film. We need to talk about how gay marriage wasn't legalized till literally 2015. And this was set in 1963.
Yeah.
Damn.
To me, what is... I don't know, because there's so many films with gay... There's not a lot, but most of the films with, like, gay romance, like, they are something like this, in the sense that, like, it's some sort of tragic ending, or they can't be together, which can be the reality, and probably was for that time, but that's, like, every single thing, and it's almost like there's not, like, a super positive version of that for people that are, like, you know, don't want to be scared about being gay. Like, if that's all that it's ever shown to you, like, yeah, I don't know.
I can't really even think of many other things with like gay romances as like the forefront.
Yeah, that's why, like, this film is good in the sense that it was made, but it's also sad because it is, like, the most referenced, like, gay film out there, besides, like, probably Call Me By Your Name is, like, getting up there. But, like, both of them are, like, you know what I mean? Like, both of them are, like, very tragic in a way, and, like, they can't be together for, you know, whatever reason, like, because of society, or, like, one of them's, like, I can't because they feel the, like, societal thing and they don't want to die. But, like, that's, yeah. I don't know. It's like you see a lot of those, and it definitely would reinforce that, like, feeling in you, like, I don't know. It's a scary place out there.
Yeah. It's a hateful world for sure.
That's why, I mean, like, I feel like people laugh at, like, Queer Eye and stuff, but that's one of the reasons I do appreciate it, is because you see gay people living. You know what I mean? Existing and having happy lives, and it's not the reality for everyone, but I think it's good to see that other side as well. So I don't know what my initial thoughts were, but it is interesting. I think it's interesting how all of their, like, love stories play out, like, the main one, versus, like, the ones with their wives and his girlfriend later. Like, it's just, like, the way they present them is, like, very different, because, like, when Jake, or whatever, what's his name, Jack and Ennis, like, first hook up in the tent. In that scene, it's, like, very aggressive, and, like, there's even, I guess what I'm trying to say is, like, the way they present their gay relationship is almost not romantic, and it's almost, like, through the view of, like, the world thinks that what you're doing is wrong, and that's, like, how we're viewing these scenes. Because even the ones that are with, like, Ennis and Alma, like, they obviously have love for each other, but he is in love with this guy, or so we're told. And I'm not saying we're not, but the way they present, like, a lot of their love scenes is, like, very different. Like, the one with her and Ennis is, like, almost feels, like, more romantic in the way they, like, present it. And every time we see Ennis and Jack together, it's, like, aggressive, and, like, what we're doing is bad, which makes sense, but I think that the way they filmed it doesn't. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, it's almost like the way they filmed it is trying to get us to view how people who don't think that, this is right view it. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Like,
No, I feel you. Yeah. In terms of just like the acting, like yeah, it's pretty like powerful that like you could like feel, like I could just feel like the pressure I think they were putting on themselves for like knowing that society thinks it's wrong.
I understand the acting point of it. The acting makes total sense to me, and especially in the beginning, when they come to some of the later love scenes, and you kind of can see their progression where it's like not as like it's more like loving and not like what we're doing is, wrong and we're kind of scared in a way. It's not that way, but it's the way that they filmed it, and even in like some of the later scenes when you can tell that they don't feel this way anymore and that they like aren't as scared and stuff, and like I don't know, it's just like the way they filmed it and present some of those scenes is like it feels like we shouldn't be viewing it that way, but that's the way that it's presented to us. Because it's almost like you don't want to feel like what they're doing is wrong, right? And I don't, but then like the way that they filmed it in the beginning, it's like so aggressive, it's so like I don't know, and then like that's the whole Brokeback Mountain part, like when they're on the mountain, is that's like most of it. And you only kind of don't feel that like when the guy spies on them. Mm-hmm. But from the very beginning, I think that they set up this like, because the whole like truck scene, there's like no dialogue there. It's just, Jack drives up and Ennis is just sitting on the stairs and like Jack is like looking at him through, they have like all these glances like back and forth. You already tell like there's something like here. And so it's almost like weird. It makes sense that that's how like they are acting. Almost makes sense that that's like why that scene is like more aggressive for them. It just doesn't make sense like in the way that they filmed it.
Can you describe more about like the filming aspects, like the actual shots and everything, or what do you?
Yeah, because like when like it's moving a lot, the way like the music is and stuff is different from the music that they give like the hetero relationships, and like I don't know, it's like the way that they filmed it, like I said before, is like through the eyes of somebody that doesn't think that this is right. It's almost like the way they filmed it is like how they know that everyone around them is going to see them. Whereas the other scenes with the like het romance scenes, those ones are like portrayed more romantically, and they have like tender moments, and they kind of have like those like, I don't even know how to describe it, because every time that they meet or like they kiss or whatever, like I think it's when they've been apart for like 4 years, and they kiss whatever, and Ennis is like going to like leave away, and he kind of like headbutts him, and then like moves out and like kind of like headbutts him like again, like you know what I mean? It's like, I don't know. It's way more complicated, that's for sure. It like does add a whole other layer of like complication to it, and it makes sense for the time period.
Yeah, I'm just jumping right in. How do you feel about Anne Hathaway's nude scene? I literally was so shocked.
What about Heath Ledger's nude scene? Everybody was fucking nude, okay? We saw both of their dicks when they jumped off the thing. I don't care. I literally don't care. At least they're playing adults, and they are adults. Euphoria, on the other hand, those are kids. They're adults playing kids, and we see everything of these fucking kids. It would be one thing if it were the adults playing adults, but it's the adults playing kids that we're seeing their tits, like a whole bunch of shit, their dicks, everything. Like, that's wrong.
For context, Kezia has yet to see season 2 of Euphoria.
Why do you keep fucking, you're like, oh yeah, this is I don't want to know, that's why I'm not watching it.
You have no idea. Like, if you think this way about Euphoria now, like, bruh.
I don't understand it. I really don't understand it, because the first season wasn't like that. And I have nothing against nudity in films. I just think that the way it's in that series as they're literal kids, why do we want to see adults playing kids nude? little gross.
Yeah, I mean, to take it back to Anne Hathaway scene, I was really shocked to see her, because I was like, it just made me start to think about, like, you don't realize how many, like, big actors, especially, like, women actors, like, have their breakout role be, like, something where they've been nude in it. Like,
I don't think that was her breakout role.
I don't think it was, but I'm just thinking, like, I just didn't think she ever did a nude scene. So I was, like, really shocked to see that she did. And to me, I don't know if it was really necessary for that scene after, like, watching it. I was like, damn. So, I don't know. And I'm just thinking, like...
It does bring up the question, is nudity ever necessary in film? Because it got me thinking, because a lot of people have been talking about the Euphoria thing. And some people on TikTok, this is where I get all my information, were like, do you know that, like, every nude scene they have is, like, 5, 12 hours, 2 days worth of filming. So everybody on set is just seeing, like, if they're having a sex scene, whatever, like, they're seeing naked people. Like, what, as a creator, as a writer, makes you, like, what in you? Like, you know what I mean? Like, to me, that is a little bit perverted to have that many, like, nude scenes and to be like, yeah, like, let's, because those people are literally going to be naked on set for that whole time. It's like we see it as, like, 1 or 2, shots, but for them, it's, like, the whole time.
Mm-hmm.
The whole, like, filming of it is, like, also a whole other layer of, like, wow, was that necessary? I don't think that is necessary.
No, it's crazy because it's a lot of... It's not like... There's not a lot of scenarios, at least in my eyes. Maybe you think differently or differently, where it's like... Emma Stone is an exception. Here we go with Emma Stone.
What the fuck?
What?
Because your tit, that's why.
There's not a lot of scenarios where there's actors.
And you can keep that in. Kira said she's not going to join the episode with both of us, but here she is. I'm only going to say this.
Kira gets triggered every time I mention Emma Stone. And here we go. It's worth it. It's going to have to... Yeah, I feel you. That's not even close to where I was going with this. My thing is, there's a lot of pressure for actors who are starting out and trying to, like, I guess, break out, and trying to, like, I don't know, have a career in acting. There's a lot of pressure for them. If a nude scene comes up in a big show, like, what are you going to do? Like, you have to say, yeah. Like, whereas, like, Emma Stone was the exception because she didn't do, like, a nude scene coming up until, like, she was well established. And she did that one in The Favorite where she was, like, partially nude. But, like, a lot of people, like, I don't know. Like, I just think about Margot Robbie and I think about Selma Hayek. Sydney Sweeney is, like, a huge name right now. And, like, yeah, like, and her blow up is from Euphoria.
And to me, it's like, yeah, like, the whole thing with that, and everybody's like, oh, Zendaya was, like, so smart. Like, I feel like, if anything, that makes me not like her in a way, to not be like, yeah, nobody's having that. Like, if she's such a big voice in it, how is she allowed, like, being like, yeah, that's okay, I'm not gonna have one, but these other less established actors are. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, they have to. Not that they have to, but they, like, feel like they have to. Because, like, yeah, I'm the same way. Like, I'm all for, like, if the actor's down and it's, like, it's all part of the art and it's, like, that's cool. But, like, it's just, like, damn, like, when it's, like, a breakout, like, role and just people are starting off, it's just, like, damn, it just gives you, like, such a bad taste in your mouth. You're like, damn, like...
What do you mean you?
It just gives me, like, such a bad taste in my mouth, like, thinking of, like, how pressured... I can't speak for Sydney Sweeney because I have no idea, but, like, her whole situation, like, people talk about, like, her... They wrote in more nude scenes for her, but she literally has to, like, tell the director, like, I don't think it's necessary here. And the director is, like, will say, like, oh, yeah, you're right, and, like, won't have it be a full nude scene. But, like, yeah, like, it's just like, bro, like, damn. Like,
he sounds like a complete asshole. Oh, let's take a little break and talk about...
Oh, say less. This is our little fun little bit.
This is our new segment.
Okay.
This is called Favorite Movie Quotes. All right, I have a couple here that I think are just really great. Obviously, there's the, like, I can't quit you line. There's that one. But...
Oh, yeah. I wish I knew how to quit you.
I hate that they only show his back at that moment. Like, did he not have a good, like, delivery on the
Yeah, literally. I was like,
that's, like, the most quotable line. He's just like... I wish I was a queen.
My quote is from that scene too, but I'll let you keep your saying. I only have one though.
Oh, okay. I have like 3 or 4. All right, let's see what this one is. Oh yeah, this one is kind of cute. That's more than you've spoken in 2 weeks. Hell, that's more than I've spoken in a year.
Damn. He was opening up to him.
Okay, where were my other quotes? Shit, I wrote a lot down.
I could say mine right now while you look for yours. We could have had a great laugh together, and now all we have is Brokeback Mountain.
I think this is also from that scene. November? Whatever happened to August?
There's a lot of stuff in that scene for sure. That scene was like the peak though for sure.
Where's my favorite one though?
November? This is
Whatever
terrible
happened to
actually
August?
coming from my side. Just saying, this is not what they sounded like at all. November? Whatever.
Whatever happened to August?
Whatever happened to August? Fucking awful. I was practicing it before this too. That's trash.
Remember when we were auditioning together for Mary's play and we were doing the British accent? This is what that reminds me of.
Just very stereotypical British accent. This hardcore British
That was
accent.
so depressing because I always do a British accent. Okay, wait.
Just gotta relax the mouth and just let it. November? Whatever happened to August? God, there's too much twang still. Damn it.
Okay, this is my favorite lines. I'm sick of beans. Too early in the summer to be sick of beans.
They talk about beans for like 10 minutes straight.
The whole
It's like,
beginning of this
I'm
film.
so sick of beans.
He's like, it's too early to be sick of beans. Well, I'm sick of them. Well, that was our quote section, so.
This is a very random tangent which I think we're not going to talk about very much, but in a recent interview, Jack Harlow mentioned that his favorite buddy movie was Brokeback Mountain. You watched that video? And so that made me more excited to watch it too, and I was like, wow.
Some of the things he says, like, what the fuck?
Jack Harlow is 23, by the way. Anyone around 23? It's time to get your hustle on. I'm mainly talking about myself.
I love that was the thing that depressed you most, is like him being.
Oh
There's people that
my
are so much
gosh.
younger though.
Yeah, but I don't count them because like there's the people that are gonna be
They
like
didn't come
extremely
up
young.
from where we come from. They don't come from Kentucky.
They don't come from the streets like me and Jack. Like, damn. I literally thought this man was 27, 28. Bruh. 20.
Insert the photo that I gave you. I'll send you that.
Bruh,
No, I
like
didn't do
this
that.
man
Let's
right
do
here. You told me before this Heath Ledger is one of your favorites. And how come?
I have a lot of actors that are my favorites, but I have a particular soft spot for Heath Ledger because
Homie's crying for Heath Ledger. There's a dog whining outside.
yeah,
If anyone can hear.
he's just like, yeah, I think especially this movie, really any movie that you watch him in, he does bring a very like prominent presence to the film, and he doesn't have to say or really do a lot. Like he has like this quality about him to be able to like emote these things without needing to do the most. I don't know. So I think that's like I think he's like one of the only actors that I've ever really noticed that in. And it's like somebody you really like, no matter who the character is. Like you see all the fanboys for like the Joker, you know, like this character you feel a lot for. Like even in like 10 Things I Hate About You, where it's like a rom-com, like he just brings like this presence that it's like, I don't know. I don't even know how to describe it, but it's something different that I don't think I've really seen in other actors, in the sense that like, what?
10 Things I Hate About You.
What?
I haven't seen that.
Oh, damn.
That's a good rom-com, right?
It is a rom-com, yeah.
I didn't mean to cut you off.
Oh, yeah, you're good. I don't know what I was saying.
Yeah, no, I feel you. He's after watching.
Oh, what? Okay, guys. I guess what I was trying to say is that he has like a certain confidence in the way that he's able. Like he has enough confidence in his like ability to emote things that he's not doing the most. Where sometimes you see with other actors that they overcompensate in different ways to like bring that to the screen.
Yeah, no, it's like extremely. He's like extremely hardcore. Like he's what I feel like I've had teachers say to try to like, I guess like act like as a technique, like very internal, and I think it really works for Heath Ledger. I don't know if it would work for like everybody, but he has this like kind of like power on screen that's like very like it draws you in, and you could just like you feel like he has such a big backstory in his life, like he's gone through so much just by like seeing him on screen. Like I don't know how to explain it. He just has an aura. Wild. But way different than like I hate to keep bringing back the Joker, but like wow. Like like wow. It's really amazing to think like his performance in this, that's the same dude that played the Joker. Like damn.
Yeah, he was a very good actor.
And I was paying like really close attention to him, but like he's always doing something like in the scene, like to me. And like there's a part where like it started hailing, and he's like catching the hail in his hat, like, and it's like why, it's just something that he did, which was like cool, and it's like it just like added like a mystery to it. It's like what the fuck, what is he doing? Oh, he's catching hail, and then the scene ends, and it's like oh wow, and then like he's messing with like the wood, and it's like throwing the wood, and it's just like yeah, there's no like dull moment, and I think he's very aware of that too, along with like his stature and aura. Like it's just like really riveting to watch.
Actually, A Knight's Tale could also be considered a rom-com. Don't know if you've seen that.
Is he in that also?
It's fucking hilarious, Phil.
Is it satire like A Knight's Tale? Like
you've seen A Knight's Tale?
Maybe. Is it satire?
There's a huge nude scene in there with Paul Bettany.
Paul Bettany.
Yeah, Paul Bettany plays Vision. Wanda in Vision fame.
Oh shit! Okay, nice. You know who I was excited to see? Oh yeah, that's what we're talking about. You know who I was excited to see in this movie?
No. Jake Gyllenhaal took my scarf.
I don't know what that reference is. Oh, brother. No, I knew Jake Gyllenhaal was gonna be in this. We could talk about that reference later. The girl who played Velma in the Scooby.
Linda Cardellini.
Yeah, Linda Cardellini. She has a cool name. She like it's good. That's another one of my topics. Like you watch these movies that are like relatively big that I haven't seen, and you see actors in them that are like, oh snap! Like you never seen them in anything else. And they've been acting and have a career in acting. You just never see them in anything else. And then they pop in, like, in random movies that you wouldn't expect.
Did you recognize David Harbour?
No.
He's
I'm gonna look him up.
Stranger Things.
I haven't. Have you seen Stranger Things?
I've actually seen a lot.
You have.
I really have, I guess. But Linda is in Freaks and Geeks. Have you seen that?
No, I don't think so.
That's also really good.
Have you seen the Scooby-Doo Monsters Unleashed live action?
No, but I've seen enough clips of it. I think I've seen that film.
Damn, beautiful movie. She was in that.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, that was wild to see her.
When I saw her, I was like, and you were like, oh, and I was like, okay, I think he's probably thinking about the Scooby-Doo movie. I don't know where you've seen her
smooth
from,
brain shit.
It's
like it's nothing more elaborate than it's the Scooby-Doo movie for sure. Like don't even like. There's nothing else you could have seen her in.
Anna Faris, you didn't recognize David Harbour, but he knows her. We're gonna wrap out a little bit and just talk about what we learned about in Brokeback Mountain. What we learned from Brokeback Mountain. Holy fuck. Alright, so it's the end of the episode, and we're gonna discuss what we...
Let's just jump right into it.
I feel like you have to introduce this in the part of it, though.
And...
So it's 11 o'clock,
mm-hmm.
and we are going to wrap up the episode by talking about what we learned.
And Kezzy is gonna go first.
Okay, great. What I learned from this, I don't know what I learned from this. I did like watching it again. I think it still is a good film. It definitely holds up. I would like to see a lot more portrayals of gay relationships that do not end tragically, you know?
I feel you. I guess for me, what I learned, a big takeaway I had, I guess, in terms of acting, is I don't know, like to just do something. You know, I feel like I've had very many times where I'm like, I just like don't know what to do with my hands. Or I'm just like, I feel like I should be doing something. Because even times when like Heath Ledger didn't look like he was doing something, he'd be like eating or something. Like I'm just like, just pick something and just do it and just see how it feels and plays into it. Because there's a lot of casting directors don't want you to use props in their audition because they think it's gonna take away. But like really, I don't see why. Like yeah, I don't know. That's my biggest gripe. And honestly, I'm not gonna say. Honestly, I'm gonna start using more props in audition tapes, cause it's my audition, and you can like it or you cannot like it, but you're gonna see it regardless. It's ending on an aggressive note because I'm like, you know what, like established actors be doing this. Like, why would you not want to use props? And it makes no sense. But yeah, I'm not about the rules.
Aggressive.
I'm not about the rules no more.
You're so aggressive. Calm down.
I'm so angry.
Wait, is that the only thing you've learned, like the actor side of it, or do you have anything else you've learned?
That's the main thing I paid attention to, for sure.
Many we did not talk about. But,
yeah,
but it's late at night, so.
But we talked about the important stuff.
What are we rating it?
Am I going first?
Sure, I already have my rating.
8.5.
I'm gonna give it an 8 out of 10.
You like my little 0.5 in there?
No, I don't get the 0.5. Why do you rate it 8.5 out of 10?
It's like a little more than an 8.
Yeah.
It's like 8.5.
Why is it an 8.5?
Yeah, I just thought it was like really touching.
Why is it not a 10?
Why is it not a 10? I don't know. Once we start getting to the 9 and 10 range, like it's kind of like it almost goes into like a feeling, like an inexplainable feeling. You know what I mean? Maybe I'm getting way too deep with it, but like it's like not. It just hasn't. It didn't hit that threshold for me. But I could see it's like a really painful movie, and I could see how it would like resonate with a lot of people. And I mean, it touched me, but yeah, it just didn't hit that marker, I guess.
I would give it an 8 out of 10 and not a perfect 10 because I feel like the way they portrayed, like I brought up in the beginning, like the way they portrayed some of the love scenes between Ennis and Jack were not through the right lens. And I think that was honestly like one of the downfalls of the movie. Because if they were going to portray them in that lens, they should have also done something similar for like their relationships with their wives. And obviously it's more complicated than that, but it's also a movie, so.
This has been, you haven't seen.
We can talk about our next thing though. Our next film we're doing.
Oh, true.
Okay, and I forgot to mention. So I'll bring up 3 options for you to pick from, and you can give me like your top, and then we'll decide. Okay, we don't have to do one of mine, but think about this. All right, so Valentine's Day. I feel like we had a lot to talk about. Not a great movie, but whatever. There is also.
She's referencing a movie, by the way. Valentine's Day, the movie.
Yeah, we might not leave this in. Me talking about them all. There's 10 Things I Hate About You. There's also Just Friends. Both of those are definitely rom-coms. I do like them both. Or there is a 1800 period drama called Emma. And it's actually very good. And it's like the 2020 Emma. And I really enjoy it. And honestly, it's really fucking good.
Sick.
So, and what are yours?
Alright, I got some romantic ones coming in. SpongeBob SquarePants. Top 5 most iconic episodes. We have Rush Hour is on that list.
But actual romance ones. What are they?
The Amazing Spider-Man 2.
Mm-hmm.
And Crazy Stupid Love.
You can't spell romance without Emma Stone, I guess.
Yeah, no. The most romantic actor out right now. Literally, if we're talking about romance, it's The Amazing Spider-Man 2 or Crazy Stupid Love from my end.
Okay. Which of my films would you pick? And which of your films would I pick? I would pick The Amazing Spider-Man 2. Because I want to see Dane DeHaan.
Mm-hmm. I would pick 10 Things I Hate About You. You said that, right? I'm not just pulling that out, just
Yes,
putting that in your mouth.
But I didn't watch Emma.
I could tell. You were really pitching that one. I could tell.
Okay. Well, maybe we should do one of your movies since I've done 2 in a row.
I think it's about time we watched The Amazing Spider-Man 2.
Every movie we watch with Eric will be an Amazing Spider-Man movie.
Just knocking off the Spider-Man.
Yeah. There's only 2 of those ones though, right?
For now. Hashtag TASM3.
That would be tragic if they made a 3rd and Emma Stone was also in it.
Yeah.
In the sense that, like, yeah. It'd be weird.
Yeah, I don't think it would hit as hard.
Yeah.
I don't think she would do it either.
There's talks of them doing it.
Oh. Well, I'm excited for it regardless. Thank you guys for listening in again. Did we pick a movie?
Oh, I thought we were doing your movie.
Oh, we are. Yeah. The Amazing Spider-Man 2. Tune in next week. The Amazing Spider-Man 2.
It's too fucking late. Great. Thank you guys for listening or watching, and we'll see you next week.
Bye.